Dalglish was at St James's Park tonight to watch his new club in action. This morning, Dalglish met the players. And tonight, he received a fantastic reception from the fans. The king is dead. Long live the king. And then it was the matter of Newcastle taking on First Division Charlton Athletic for a place in the 4th round of the Littlewood-sponsored FA Cup. The commentary from Tony Gubber.
Well, both sides are without their goal scorers from the first match. Robert Lee missing the chance to play against his old club again. One of the change for Newcastle, Les Ferdinand, still troubled by the calf injury that he picked up in the first meeting. He's a substitute, and David Ginola returns to the starting line. Charlton are without Mark Kinsella, whose 78th minute equaliser forced tonight's replay, and the team currently 13th in Division 1, hoping to play far more than just a supporting role in all the euphoria that surrounds Dalglish's arrival. Newcastle to kick off, attacking the goal to the right. As you'd expect, a highly charged atmosphere here at St James's Park tonight. Reaction at Aston Villa on Saturday to the departure of Kevin Keegan was to quickly go into a 2-goal lead. A game that subsequently ended as a 2-2 draw. Steve Watson trying to find Shearer, taken off him by Brendan O'Connell. Important for Charlton that they don't go into their shells in this match and are not overawed by the occasion, which has attracted a real spotlight of attention from the media tonight. Newcastle with not enough seats in the press box to accommodate all who wanted to come. Here's Ginola. Gets round his man easily the first time. Miss Shearer. Safely gathered by Andy Petterson. Up off the head of Batty. Offside, yes it is. Beardsley, Beresford. To Ginola. Switching the play to Gillespie on this right side, who's got 2 ahead of him. Charlton doubling up on the marking. That's a good cross. Out by Rufus. Ginola. It's loose. Off the top of the bar. Lee Clark. Newcastle's first real chance. There was a rebound just inside the edge of the 6-yard box when the ball hit the face of Shearer. Clark was onto it quickest, just clipped the top of the crossbar. Newcastle misdirecting and underplaying passes. Here's David Whyte. A lot of players calling for it. Keith Jones. Here's Robson. Watson comes out. Brendan O'Connell, who had the touch. Well, it was well cut back. He got a clean strike on it, Brendan O'Connell. Just the 1 goal from him this season, Charlton's captain. Shearer. is Peter Beardsley. Batty. Ginola's little flick, intended for Beresford, who's back on his feet the quicker. Oh! Phil Chapple, who just prevented it getting through to Alan Shearer. But here's Lee Clark. Peter Beardsley. Good pressure from Newcastle, not giving them chance to settle. Gillespie. Albert's header was, in the end, well wide of the target. Keith Gillespie's seen a lot of the ball in this first half. Good crosses from that right flank. But once again, perhaps the absence of Les Ferdinand is underlined, although he is a substitute. Knocked up by Shearer. Then on the rebound, Beardsley. Oh, that's well done by Lee Clark. Newcastle take the lead. And it's Lee Clark, the man trying to re-establish his career here at St James's Park, who's got the first goal in this third round replay. Quicker to it than Keith Jones, who was trying to cover him. A clever little touch to knock it over Andy Petterson as the Charlton goalkeeper came charging off his line. And the ball bouncing into an empty net. Gillespie. Try again. And Batty. Falls to Beardsley. Ginola, again faced by two. On the right foot. Oh, it was so close. David Ginola faced by the fullback Steve Brown, and Sean Newton cutting in on his right side, and we've seen him do that so often. Barness. Keith Jones. Leaburn. There's been more than enough in this first half to give Alan Curbishley encouragement in his half-time talk to his Division 1 side. Peter Beardsley. Shearer. That spins out to Gillespie. Beardsley! Well, not quite tall enough on that occasion, Peter Beardsley. Gillespie. Good challenge. Beardsley. Out to Gillespie. Shearer! He won it well. May have got a crack on the side of his head for his trouble. Another teasing cross from Gillespie. And at the same time that Shearer won it, also coming into contact with the defender. And Warren Barton is a second Newcastle substitute, just getting a word of instruction from his new manager. Warren Barton on as the replacement for Steve Watson. Things not quite panning out in this replay the way that Newcastle would have wanted. All the encouragement now surely for Charlton. Free kick. Elliott bringing down O'Connell. Just on as a substitute, Elliott. A clutch of players in discussion around the ball. Number 9 there with his hands on his hips. 7 is Sean Newton, just asking David Whyte to come out. Oh, it's well taken, it's a great equaliser. Robson, superbly struck. And it's always been on the cards. You never really felt that Newcastle had this cup tie in the palm of their hand. And without Les Ferdinand, what might unfold in this second half? It was beautifully positioned right inside the post, beyond the dive of Hislop. It's Robson's second goal of the season in 55 minutes. Well, now we've got a cup tie, and serious questions now asked of Newcastle, with their new manager Kenny Dalglish, the familiar figure, standing in the dugout. It's well spread to Beardsley as the fog begins to roll in around St James's Park. Warren Barton. Good run by Warren Barton. Fine shot! Turned away by Petterson. Great strike from the defender. Bought for £4 million from Wimbledon in 1995 in unfamiliar territory. But it was goal bound, and it's a corner. Beardsley to take it. Here's Gillespie. That's behind for a goal kick. It's another long click by Petterson. Well, Newcastle just reminded that they've never put Charlton out in an FA Cup tie. 1-1, and if the score remains the same at 90 minutes, it's extra time and then penalties. Robson on his left foot. Batty just took it away from him in the nick of time. Here's David Ginola. Newcastle anxious to carry the ball forward. Into Shearer. He gets away from his man. Shearer! Blocked by the keeper after Shearer had slipped the close marking of Phil Chapple. The Charlton man diving in, and he didn't get a boot on it. Shearer sized up the target. Petterson closed down the angles. Gillespie to retrieve it. Batty. Ginola. It's too far forward for Beresford. Keith Jones. Here's O'Connell, who's doing very well in midfield. Knocked forward by Steve Brown. Crowd disappointed at the closeness of the marking on David Whyte. Here's Leaburn. Charlton continue to fashion chances. Leaburn acknowledging the ball that he got from David Whyte as the visibility deteriorates ever more. Brown. Nobody in behind Carl Leaburn. It's gone straight to Barness. been an excellent performance by the lower league side against a Premier Division side at home in their own theatre. Here's Batty. David Batty, who scored a memorable goal here earlier in the season against Wimbledon from a similar sort of distance when he chipped the goalkeeper. Chapple's header. Lee Clark was having his shirt held. Here's Peter Beardsley. Ginola. There wasn't enough pace on the shot to seriously trouble Petterson, who was down to smother it. And Newcastle are looking for somebody to produce a moment of inspiration. Knocked up by O'Connell. That was loose by Ginola. That gives Charlton a good attacking platform. It was well struck by Robson, the substitute. Shaka Hislop at full stretch. Lee Clark. Ginola was tripped by Robson, free kick. And the decision from the bench is that Ferdinand must now join the action. The replacement for David Ginola. With 10 minutes gone in this first period of extra time. Ferdinand not able to start the match with a calf injury, but he's thrown onto the field now with the situation getting desperate. Oh, it's a great strike! The magic man Shearer, with gold in his boots. Ferdinand, what a good ploy that was, and was that perhaps deliberate? Andy Petterson couldn't get across to keep it out, and with Ferdinand just set on the field as a substitute, surely the Charlton defenders were looking to see where he was, perhaps anticipating that Shearer would try to put it on his forehead. And was that a masterful ploy by Kenny Dalglish? Well, it certainly was by Shearer, whoever took the decision. Shearer shielding the ball well, play waved on, here's Batty. It needed to stick, and it did. Well struck by Batty. Newcastle looking to make the tie safe in this first period of extra time. Peter Beardsley. Looking for Shearer. He won the header, but it hit the back of Rufus. It's corner. Applauds the service from Peter Beardsley. Somewhere out in the mist. Just backing off his man to give himself that half yard. Rufus claiming a push. Now surely Gillespie will try to put this on the forehead of Ferdinand. Lee Clark thought about the shot. Gillespie. It's Darren Peacock. Batty changing the point of attack. Beardsley. Shearer holding off his man. Shearer on the turn, and how often have we seen him do that? Receiving the ball with his back to goal, tightly marked, but still able to control it and turn, and as often as not find the back of the net as well. Kevin Lisbie on as the substitute for Charlton to replace number 11 Keith Jones. Shearer goes in. Batty, Gillespie. Trying to weave a bit of magic. Oh, it's a great effort from Gillespie. He dug the door open just 6 inches. Tormented the two defenders and then flashed the shot right across the front of goal. Oh, that's a free kick. We're inside the last 5 minutes. John Beresford concedes the free kick, which gives Charlton the opportunity to at least deliver the ball into the heart of that Newcastle penalty area. Brendan O'Connell, the captain, pointing and telling people to get forward. Look how packed it is. It's a great header across, and David Whyte just couldn't stretch out the boot far enough. Almost Wimbledon tactics there. Charlton flooding the penalty area with red shirts. Well won by Phil Chapple, and it just needed a touch that it didn't get. Beresford with the throw, and that's it. Alan Shearer's goal from the free kick rescues his old Blackburn manager Kenny Dalglish on his first night in charge of Newcastle United. Shearer scoring on 100 minutes after Lee Clark had put Newcastle ahead in 33, and then Mark Robson had equalised also from a free kick for Charlton on 55. But if Kenny Dalglish wondered about the wisdom of coming back into top-flight football management, well, this was the sort of match which would increase those doubts. All the anxiety and the heartache that finally proved too much for Kevin Keegan was on show tonight, as Charlton from Division 1 proved more than worthy opponents in this third round FA Cup replay. Able to take it into extra time, but then not able finally to stretch it all the way to a penalty shootout. Newcastle go through, and very relieved they are as well, by 2-1.
So Newcastle through to play Nottingham Forest, and now we're joined by the Newcastle manager, Kenny Dalglish. Well, what did you think of Newcastle's performance tonight?
Well, I think everyone would agree we can play better than that, but one thing you can't ask for is any more effort or determination from the lads. They didn't want to lose the game, and I think they won it deservedly in the end.
You got a wonderful reaction before the match from the fans, I noticed.
Since yesterday, it's been a wonderful reaction from everyone there. The directors of the club have been magnificent, and really people that you can relate to, and the supporters that came along after the press conference, their reaction was superb, and the crowd tonight have carried it on. Obviously they'll be happy with the result. They might be a little bit disappointed with the way we played, but so is everyone that was on the playing staff. But the lads gave us everything they had, and we've got the result at the end of the day.
How were you involved tonight? You didn't actually pick the team. Did you talk to the players at half-time, or did you decide to bring Ferdinand on late in the game? What happened?
I spoke to the players before the game, half-time, time up, and then we were making decisions on the bench, yeah. Mm-hmm. I must have spoken an awful lot.
Well, you always do. But tell me now, listen, be honest. Management again, you've been through all these tensions and pressures that we keep hearing about, and here you are, you had a nice life, relaxing, playing a bit of golf, and you're back in the turmoil of it all. Why?
Yeah, but I've still got a nice life, still got a nice family, and I'm working for a great club, and that helps, and with the support of everyone round about us, hopefully we can build on the great work that Kevin Keegan did here for the previous 5 years. And as I say, why am I back? Well, I thought it was an offer that comes along that doesn't come along very often. The football club was in a great foundation, thanks to Kevin and the board of directors. The people up here love their football. They're very similar in their attitude and their commitment to both the supporters in Glasgow and Liverpool, and that was important for me. There's people up here that I can relate to, and everyone up here is on our side.
Were your family wholeheartedly behind you, your comeback?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely no doubt at all. I mean, I've never ever said that I wouldn't come back into soccer management. Everyone else has said it for me. But then, I'm the one who's got to answer that question. And I never made the statement in the first place. But whatever we've done, or whatever I've done, I've always taken my family into consideration. And they've always been involved in the decision. And this one was unanimous.
Now, realistically, what are your chances of the title with Newcastle this year?
Well, it's a lot better than a few other clubs. But if we give everything we've got, we'll wait and see what we've got at the end of the season. You know yourself that I've never gone making predictions, and I'm not going to start now. But we're in a very good position, and we'll try and take it on from there.
And you'll be in total control for Saturday in the match against Southampton, your old playing companion, Graham Souness?
Yeah, he's phoned today to wish us all the best come Sunday.
Well, the best of luck to you, Ken.
Thanks very much, Desmond.
Glad you're back in the business, back in the big time.
Thanks very much.
Well, Alan's with us. A lot of people might think he's got a sort of fairly easy job. He's inheriting a squad of star players. What's the most difficult aspect of the job for him, do you think?
I think they've got to learn to play tight. They lost the championship last season because of their inability to play tight. Not only has he got to educate the players, he's got to educate the supporters as well. Newcastle fans have been going there for the last 4 or 5 years, expecting the team to play cavalier, attack, attack, attack. I think he'll play different. It's all right when things are going really well and you're winning. The fans will accept that. It's when things are a bit dodgy that you've got to educate them in the way of playing.
They've spent so much money over the last few years. Would you expect them to spend more? Would you expect Kenny to demand that they spend more?
Well, I think they're so close that it would be folly not to spend more. I think that Kenny's philosophy has always been, if there's somebody out there better than you've got, then buy him. And I think that's the way it will be at Newcastle. They've spent 60 million. What's wrong with another 10 or 15 million if they think they can win the championship?
How realistic is their championship chances, do you think? I mean, Kenny ducked the question. I would have expected him to, but
that's
I mean,
a shock, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, but you don't need to.
Well, I said at the start of the season that I thought only 3 teams could win the championship: Newcastle, Manchester United and Liverpool, and I still believe that. I think Newcastle have a great chance. I think that where Manchester United stand up is they're up for every game they play in, you know, right for the word go. I think that Liverpool and Newcastle at times haven't been that way. I think that the thing about Dalglish, he's always demanded 110% effort, attitude, commitment. He won't stand for anything less than that. I think basically he's got to get the players believing they can win it. I think when it comes March, that's the biggest thing. If you're going for a championship, believe you can win it. And he can transmit that to the players. I think they've got a great chance.
If he does spend some more money, where in particular would he spend it? I mean, in which department?
Well, I think you'd have to be looking at the back four and the keeper. I think they've had Cernacek and Hislop playing. There's room for improvement there. Unless one of them gets in and has some sterling performances, then I think he might look for a keeper. Certainly he could strengthen the back four, but again, he won't buy if there's nobody available that he thinks is better than what he's got.
Now, he's going to move lock, stock and barrel up to the north east, isn't it? It's quite a move, that, isn't it? Take the family, and he's got children at school. He's got certainly one child at school, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got 2 children at school, but there was never any doubt that he was going to move. If he's going to do anything, then he'll do it right. I mean, he's taking a big job there. As he said, his family was unanimously behind him. But certainly there was never any doubt about him not going up there lock, stock and barrel, because when he goes into a football club, he'll do it right, that's for sure. He'll give it his best shot from start to finish.
Looks as though you've lost a golf partner.
Well, I've lost a friend. Well, you know, he's gone up there, and a lot of people that don't know him think at times like he can be pregnant. If you know him, he's a lot of fun. You never win many arguments with him, but I'll tell you what, you have a lot of laughs, and I'm going to miss him.
Well, I'm sure you still will, though, despite the golf partnership ending, perhaps. Now, Alan Shearer, as you saw, scored a magnificent winner in that cup tie, and here he is talking now with Ray Stubbs.
Did Kenny Dalglish have his say before the game, during the game, after the game?
Yeah, he did. Not a great deal. I'm sure he'll have more as the weeks and days go by. But Terry and Arthur, I gather, picked the side, and they had their say before the game as well, which is only right because they prepared us for it. But it was a team effort. Everyone's involved now. We hope all the euphoria is gone now. We can concentrate on Saturday now.
You link up with your old manager again. You obviously hold him in high regard. What does he bring? Can you summarise why is Kenny Dalglish so impressive?
You just got to look at his record. There's very few people with a record like his. There's no guarantees in football, and there's no guarantees that he's going to bring us silverware here. But as we've found out in the last few days, or the last few years, I should say, Kevin Keegan will never be forgotten here. He's left us with a solid foundation, and that it's our job now to kick.